Oh, ghost of the future, I ask of you, will climate change finally destroy us? Yes. Is there anything I can do to prevent it? Yes. Like preventing food waste? Yes. Can I recycle? Yes. Man, I guess there are many ways to prevent climate change. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you for your sage advice. Until next time, Ghost.
This is the Canon AE-1, manufactured from 1976 to 1984, selling over 5.7 million units in its time, making it one of the most common vintage film cameras to find today. Not only are they accessible, they are affordable. You can probably pick a used one up in the range from $50 to $200. And while this may seem costly, film cameras are far more inexpensive than even the most basic and beginner digital cameras that can cost you $400 to $600, making film a far cheaper way to get into photography. So let's say you have yourself a Canon AE-1. You may be wondering, how the heck do I use it? Well, let's get into it. This camera takes a very specific 4LR44 1.5 volt battery that is more easily found online than in stores. This is what the battery looks like. To put the battery in the camera, you're going to want to locate the small hatch on the left of the front of the camera. Pop the hatch open. It's a little tricky sometimes. And align the negative plus with the diagram inside the battery compartment, and always insert it bottom first. Close the hatch. To check the battery power level, you press this button and look into the viewfinder. If the arm in the viewfinder is pointed up, that means your battery is dead or there's no battery in the camera. If the arm is pointed around the 5 or 6 numbers, then your battery is okay. A battery can last around a year or about 850 shots depending on how frequently you use the camera. putting on the lenses is easy. You line up the red dot on the lens with the red dot on the camera and twist it to the what's this, the right, until it clicks into place. And then to take off the camera, you press this silver button on the bottom of the lens and you twist it off. To load a new can of film to the camera, we're going to want to get ourselves, of course, a new can of film. And then to open the back of the camera, we're again going to pull up on this tab until it pops open and flip it out. And then you're going to want to see this little kind of stub that goes at the bottom, and you put the film over the shutter. Gets a little caught and stuck sometimes, but that's okay. We make mistakes. It's okay. We get through it. All right. And then we're going to pull the header across into the teeth. Now that we have successfully fed the film into the teeth and cranked this once, we have this little tail bit here from the header. And you're going to stuff it into this little slot. And you're then going to close the camera. And again, this boot is going to be in your way. That's okay. And then press that down. And you take pictures until the counter gets to 0. And that is your new roll of film. And as a tip, to never forget what type of film you're using, you can rip part of the box off and put it in this little slot. So to remove the film from the camera, you're going to want to find the small button on the bottom of the camera, press it, and it will go in. And then you're going to want to flip out this little lever and always wind in the direction that the arrow is pointing towards. And you're going to want to wind until you no longer feel any tension, and then some, just to make sure. So now that there's no tension, I'm just making sure. And then to open the back of the camera, you're going to want to pull up on this. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Alright, so we got it open. And now that we have the back of the camera open, we can remove our roll of film and close the back of the camera up. And you got to be careful of this boot, it kind of gets in the way. And there you have it. Now that we finally have everything we need to take a picture, how do we? Well, there are some important terms we need to learn and remember first. The first thing I'm going to teach you is about the ASA, or American Standards Association, but this term is now referred to as ISO, or International Organization for Standardization. They both mean the same thing. To set the ISO, you're going to want to find this knob on the camera. And you're going to want to set it to the number that's on the box of the film. So since we're using Kodak's Pro Image 100, we're going to set it to 100. And now it's on 100 and we are on the correct ISO. Now we will be talking about shutter speed, or the amount of time the shutter is open, which allows different amounts of light to hit the film. As a general rule, you're going to want to use shorter exposure speeds when in very light or very bright settings, and very slow and long exposure speeds when in dark settings. So as you can see, this is a bold exposure, which means as long as you hold the camera, it will have the shutter open. As long as you press this button. This is 2 seconds, and then we get into thousands, hundredths of a second, faster and faster speeds. So here's a quick rundown of all the things you're going to need to remember before you press this button, before you take a picture. You're going to want to look in the viewfinder and make sure your image is in focus, and if it is not in focus, you're going to want to twist this ring until the image lines up. And then, of course, you're going to make sure that you have the right ISO. You're going to choose your shutter speed, and then you can either press this button or half press this button, but this is a little risky because it could take a picture. And it will show you the light meter, and whatever the needle points to is whatever you're going to choose on this aperture ring. Or you can set it to automatic if you really don't want to mess with it, but I recommend using it manually. So whatever number it says on the light meter, if it said 11, then you choose 11. And then you can take your picture.
I'm done, Mr. Johnson.
I'm not surprised, another 100%. You know you're one of the best students in my class, Jerry. I'm proud of you.
I just get my work done, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, class. You have a big test coming up next Friday on everything we learned last semester. I'll be handing out a study guide that'll help you with the test. It's due next Thursday. The test itself is worth 70% of your grades, so please make sure you get the study guide done. It's very important.
Bro, why is he making us take a test every week? Why we can't take a break? Jerry, you stressing for once?
Every test we take, I study so much and I just totally forgot how to do these problems.
I mean, if you stressing, you can always take a hit with me after class.
A hit of what?
Weed. I'm finna roll one up after class. I mean, you only live once, right?
I guess.
The test itself is worth 70% of your grades, so please make sure you get the study guide done. It's very important.
Okay, Jerry. Never thought you would come kick it with me, though. Let's go.
I mean, you only live once, right?
Benny and Tyler are here. Nathan and Jerry. Where are Nathan and Jerry at?
That was funny, bro.
Where have you guys been?
We're here, Mr. Johnson. He's got to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I had to use the bathroom real bad.
All right, let's get started with today's lesson. Everybody turn in their study guides.
Oh, shoot. Yo, I forgot to do the study guide, Nathan.
Bro, why are you looking at me? I didn't do it either.
Bro, I totally forgot about the study guide. I was with you the whole week.
What did I do?
Nathan and Jerry, study guides, please.
I forgot to do it, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Jerry, see me after class.
Why me? Nathan ain't do it either.
Jerry, your attendance these last few days has got me worried. 4 days in a row you've been late to class, and you're not doing your homework anymore. Is there something going on?
Yeah, I've been doing fine. I just need a break sometimes, you know?
I understand that some need breaks. Even I do. But those breaks add up, Jerry. Is Nathan interfering with your work?
No, never. Nathan's cool.
I know Nathan is a cool kid, and I'm not saying he's a bad influence on you, but I have noticed a change in you since you've been hanging out with him. Now, I can't decide for you to hang out with him. The choice is up to you.
Yeah, I've sort of changed a bit.
Yes, you have, and I can see. Anyway, I'm going to give you another day for you to complete your study guide.
Thank you, but I've just been struggling with it.
Anything you put your mind to, you can achieve. Hard work pays off. You know, I had a teacher tell me one time, and it really resounds with me today. He said, would you rather endure the pain of regret or the pain of hard work? You'll understand what I mean one day, Jerry.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'll take note of that.
Yo, what did he say? You ain't snitch on me, right?
Oh, bro, he was just talking about my attendance and stuff.
Man, forget about that, bro. Let's go roll one up after school.
Probably skip out today, Nathan. I gotta go do my schoolwork.
Man, who am I gonna smoke with, bro?
Oh, thank you. And here you go. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Jerry. Wow, first 100% of the day. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate it.
Hey, yo, Jerry, you try to go smoke? Now's the best time.
I'm alright, Nathan. It's not worth it.
Bro, come on, bro.
My name is Lalo, a student at Rolanda High School. This is my story.
He's disabled, but then he's also acts like a really normal person.
I like that Lalo is kind of unpredictable. I really enjoy his personality and hanging out with him. And he doesn't really like to show it, but he's really sweet.
I like that he's really nice and he's a good listener and that he makes you feel comfortable. I would describe Lalo as funny, attentive, and smart.
I had a lot of mutual friends of Lalo, and one day I was on FaceTime with one of them, and we decided to scare Lalo, like, while my friend was on FaceTime. And then after that, since that day, we've been friends.
Yeah, so I actually met Lalo is because I had a lot of classes with Jasmine, and she knew Lalo. And one of the classes I have also with Lalo, and she introduced me to him.
I swear you should join leadership.
All right, here we go, people.
What's going on? You're being knighted and denighted at the same day, multiple times. Wait a minute. Where's the sword?
Hello, my name is Andrew Spear. Today I'm interviewing with Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings, what do you like about Lalo?
There's a lot to like about Lalo. Let's see. I've known Lalo 3 years now, so I started teaching him as a sophomore. He's now a senior. What I like about Lalo is he doesn't let his disability get him down or in the way. He's always got a positive outlook on life. He doesn't really talk much about his disability, but if I do bring it up with him, he just says, there's other things to do, there's other things to talk about, it's not getting in the way, it's not slowing me down, it's not stopping me. So I do like that about Lalo. There's things where, he's a typical teenager. Like recently, I know he likes heavy metal, and he went to Aftershock, and I was talking to Lalo, and I'm like, Lalo, so you're going to Aftershock, right? It was the biggest heavy metal event in probably North America. And he's like, Mr. Cummings, I'm going to go there and mosh. And I'm like, no, do not go in there and mosh in the mosh pit, Lalo, just because I was kind of worried about him. He went and did it anyway. It was kind of a crazy story. He said he dislocated his knee at one point and then popped it back into place and then just kept on moshing. So that's kind of his view of life there, where he's just kind of got this joie de vivre, which I do appreciate.
So how would you describe Lalo?
I describe Lalo as a person who's trying to make the best of things. He's trying to get by in this world. The world's already hard enough and complicated enough for all of us anyway, so it's just that much harder for Lalo. But so in that way, I would say he is kind of a typical teenager. He loves playing video games, he loves his music, and he's got a lot of friends. And that's one thing that makes me really happy for him, because Lalo has a lot of really sincere and genuine friends who look out for him and include him in everything. So That's wonderful from my aspect of a teacher, knowing him for 3 years now, that is a part of who he is. Yeah, Lalo gets his work done. He's a pretty good student. He gets the assignments done. I do allow him, of course, certain modifications, but yeah, he appears to like school. His attendance is really good. He shows up every day. I can tell that coming to school every day is really important for Lalo.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Andrew.
What's funny is the way I am.
Lalo, you're dope.
Lalo! Gonna miss you at the high school, man. Yeah!
Hello, my name is Andrew Spear. Today I'm interviewing with Lalo. Describe your disability.
My disability is called arthrogryposis. It actually affects the joints in your bones. And unfortunately, I was one out of 3,000 babies that it comes out of. And now I have to live my life being disabled. I've had about 7 different surgeries, 2 on my arms, and 2 on my hands, and about 2 on my feet. It's a lot. It's a lot. Just more coming, unfortunately. So, yeah. School's a real hard subject for me. You know, it's hard growing up in a school being different than everybody else. Not everybody treats you the same. You know, some people think, you know, they don't understand. You don't understand you, or you just don't understand them. So unfortunately, I don't get a lot of friends or, you know, talk to a lot of people because of that.
Has your disability prevented you from taking any classes?
Yeah, actually, it's prevented me from taking a regular PE class because unfortunately I can't do everything a normal person would be able to. So I had to switch to a different PE class mid-sophomore year.
Do teachers treat you differently?
Unfortunately, yes. You know, most teachers will. They'll talk to me like I'm a little kid or something, like I don't understand them. And unfortunately, that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with within every human being.
How about the kids at school?
A lot of kids do, yeah. I guess it's just a thing that people just don't understand. And it's unfortunately something I'll have to face throughout my life. What do I enjoy? Honestly, to be honest, it's the people, you know, I hang out with, the people that I do talk to, the ones that will. I do enjoy that about school. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Well, hopefully I have a job and I'm successful in whatever I'm doing. So, and I hope I have a house. I don't want to be living with my parents in 10 years. So, yeah. Hey guys, you know, you see a disabled person, don't be afraid to talk to them. Maybe they want to talk to somebody, you know. People, some of us don't get a lot of attention. We don't get talked to a lot of people because people think we're different and we won't understand them. So, you know, you see somebody like that around, you say hi or something. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you, Lalo.
You're welcome. That's a little bit about me. A not so average teenager with a lot going on, but I have friends and teachers who care about me. And I'm not going to be alright, but that's just the way it is, and I can deal with that.
Hi, I'm Ulysses, and I'm a senior at Rio Linda High School, and this is my story.
What inspired you to play guitar?
My cousin inspired me to play guitar because one day he wanted to learn how to play guitar, and I just wanted to learn with him too because it looked interesting.
That's nice. How many hours a day do you spend playing guitar? Practicing.
Usually on a good day, I play roughly like around 3 to 4 hours, and on a bad day, I usually play like 2 hours.
Do you play at live events or anything like that?
Yeah, I've played in many events already, and my previous one has been like a month ago. My favorite guitarist is his name is Carlos, and he inspired me a lot because he's done like a lot of unique licks, and started like a new style that I really like, and which like helped me develop my own style. One of my most unforgettable gigs so far was back in February last year when I had a gig, and supposedly they told us to start off with 4 hours, and then as time went on, it went to 8, and then they just ended up us getting the whole night, and we left like around 7 in the morning, and that's one of my most unforgettable gigs.
Have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
No, but we should go see it.
Yeah, I'll drive.
Alright. Wow, that was a really good movie. We should ask other people what they thought about it.
Yeah, we should. Okay, say your name.
Hunter.
Have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
Okay, did it go how you expected it to go?
I didn't expect Aunt May to die, which was kind of stupid, to be honest. Sorry if I spoiled it, but yeah, she's croaked. But other than that, yeah, it was a good movie. It went how I expected it to.
Okay. And what's your name?
Anthony Lopez Garcia.
And then have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
And did it go how you expected it to go?
Yeah, sorta, yeah. Cause I was expecting the 3 Spider-Man to come out, and it did happen. So.
And then what are your guys' names?
I'm Vanessa Alvarez.
And I'm Eliza Martinez. Okay, and then what are your guys' thoughts on the new Spider-Man movie?
My thoughts, I really liked it. Tragedies happen, but overall, I'll give it a 10 out of 10, to be honest.
Overall, I really enjoyed it. A lot of stuff happened. If you're a big Marvel fan, I really recommend it to watch it. I rate it 11 out of 10.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and then state your name.
My name is Gabe Aguilar.
Okay, and then out of all the Spider-Man actors, who is your favorite Spider-Man?
Easily Tobey Maguire.
Okay, and then why?
Because he's the best. He's the best Spider-Man. He caught a train. He was pummeled by Sandman and easily survived, and then proceeded to clap Sandman afterwards.
And then what's your name?
I'm Paul Orlando, principal.
Okay, and then out of all the Spider-Man actors, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
I like all 3 of them, but my favorite, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire, I thought was the best.
Is there any specific reason?
Not just because he caught a train, but because he just has that nice, wholesome kind of attitude that all of a sudden, the spider bites him, and then now he's the man, So, yeah, it's my favorite.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay, and then say your name.
Michael Moore.
Okay, and then did you expect the ending of the new Spider-Man movie?
No, not at all.
Was
I
there any
didn't.
reason why?
I thought it was gonna end differently than it did end. From how it was hyped up, I thought it was gonna be different, but it wasn't at all.
Did you like the ending?
Yeah, it was alright.
Okay, thank you.
Have you heard about the new Scream movie that's coming out?
No, we should go see it.
Alright, I'll drive. You know why Spider-Man only has 11 months? Because he lost his May.
Pets are furry, lovable animals that tons of people all over the world love and adore. But which ones are the best to keep? Well, it all depends on what you want from a pet. Dogs are companionable and energetic, and cats are lazy couch potatoes you can cuddle and watch a movie with. Today we will go over the pros and cons of cats and dogs.
Urgent message from 2103. The ice caps have melted and West African wildfires are spiraling out of control. From last year, the same planet Earth has passed. I repeat, fix this by 2033 or 2034. Don't repeat our mistakes.
Cats are a lower maintenance pet than dogs, not needing to be walked.
What's up, man?
So, you got a pencil?
Yeah.
Thank you. You good?
man.
You got a pencil?
What's that?
Hey, so you Robert?
Oh my god, Chad, I haven't seen you in
How
a
you
minute.
been?
Good.
You wanna go ball after school?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Alright, later.
Welcome everybody, my name is Ms. Dominguez and I'll be your substitute for today. Your teacher has left you an assignment on Google Classroom, but you guys can do whatever you want. Just, if someone walks in, pretend to do something.
Hello, my name is Mr. Rogers. I'm your substitute for today. Your teacher already posted his assignment on Google Classroom, so do your work, stay out of your phones, and don't bother me.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I'd like to place an order for 6309 Dry Creek Road.
Sir, this is an emergency hotline. Do you have an emergency or not?
I'd like a large Hawaiian pizza, please.
Are you in danger with someone in the room? Only answer with a yes or no.
Yes.
Are there any weapons present in the room with you?
Yes, right.
Are you able to stay on the line with me, sir?
No.